Guys, I am about to trick and fool your brain into seeing something that isn't actually there at all. And get this, I'm going to trick you even though I just told you that I'm gonna trick you. Hey, what's up, frugal people? My name is Andrei Jikh, and welcome to Money Monday episode 2, where I reveal a dividend stock pick of the week, where I purchase it and then just sit back and collect the payments on those stocks, probably for the rest of my life, and I want that for every single one of you watching. But first, I have some exciting news because I'm in Russia, in Astrakhan, and tomorrow I fly out to St. Petersburg, where I get to give a lecture and be a keynote speaker on how to shuffle cards and how to sell yourself. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick sneak peek, and then later in the episode, I'm gonna reveal what that stock pick and talk a little bit more about it. Once I was in a Netflix series called Nat Geo's Brain Games, where I talked about brain patterns. You see, the way that our brain works is that it sees patterns in every single day life all the time. And then when those pieces of information are removed from our lives, our brains tend to fill in the blanks based upon those established patterns. Now, I'm very fortunate to travel the world and ask people how they shuffle cards. So in America, people might shuffle like this. That's probably how you shuffle cards, right? In Las Vegas, people shuffle like that. That's how the dealers do it in the casinos. Now in India, people actually shuffle like this. This is called the Hindu shuffle. I didn't know that before until I saw it. Now, in Russia, they shuffle cards like this. Get it? Because the cards are rushing by. It's Russian, the Russian shuffle. That's an amazing Jonathan joke I stole, so all credit goes to him. Now, one time I was in China and some kid just pulled the cards out from my hands and he's like, you know what? This is how I shuffle cards. And he took the whole deck and he just like completely mixed it up, face down and face up, all over the place. The cards were just a giant mess. And I'm like, thank you so much. Took it back from him and I was like, look what you did. Some cards are face up to face down to face up. Just completely, you know what, maybe face down to face down, face up to face up, just all over the place, right? But did you see what I just did? Your brain just thought I was shuffling cards because I kept conditioning you to see the shuffling. In reality, the cards were never at all changed in their orientation, and all the cards are facing the exact same way from when they started. And this kind of brain patterns I see a lot, and I draw a lot of parallels in the finance world when we're told certain things about money, about the stock market, and we tend to assume things, but the reality is very, very different. So with that said, let's get to the stock pick of the week. The stock pick of the week is again Altria, same as last week, and the stock ticker is MO. Now here's the thing, MO right now, Altria is trading at over 7% dividend yield, which by investing standards is massive. It is a really, really good bargain. Now let me break it down for you. Right now it's about $44.20 for each share. Now let's say you were to buy about 2.5 shares, about $100 into this company. Let's say you put $100 in. You are going to get paid over $7 and like 10 something cents every single year for the rest of however long this company is going to be around. And there's a good chance this company is going to be around for a long, long time. That is incredible. And from a fundamentals perspective, I'm not going to bore you with all the details and PE ratios and yields and stock price. This puts me to sleep, which is a weird thing to say for a dividend investor, which is why I'm going to leave a link in the description below from Seeking Alpha that breaks it down from a fundamental and a mathematical perspective. And I urge you to look into it and do your own research. But having said that, let me kind of paraphrase what the article is getting at, because it's prioritizing cash flow. In the stock market, there's typically two kinds of companies. There's growth companies and there's dividend paying companies. Now, if you're a growth company and let's say you have a crooked CFO, right? A guy who's the chief financial officer who reports to the public how much money his company is making. Well, the odd thing is that he can over-report and be like, my company's making over $100 billion, right? You could say that and the public would have no idea. And the stock price would be super high. Who knew better? The SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, might not catch up to the facts until weeks, months, or even years from that point. You have to trust that that company is being honest and it has the integrity to do the right thing and to continue reporting itself in the right way, which is why sometimes people think the stock market is manipulated because they hear about all these crazy companies that do something wrong. I'm oddly compelled to be I'm oddly compelled to just be playing with cards all the time, so I think I'm just gonna put it down. Now, in contrast, let's take a dividend paying company like Altria, MO. When you're losing money, guess what? You can't pay people. So you're not going to pay back the investors. But from a fundamental perspective, Altria is still doing the same thing that it was doing years and years ago, which is they're still selling tobacco, right? They still have tons of brands that are very recognizable and popular, and they're still selling tobacco. They didn't get into like the technology business and realize the tobacco industry is going under. It's not. It is still able to pay its investors dividends. And again, I urge you to do your own research and check the article below. And if everything makes sense, then I urge you to buy Altria. Now, I would love to show you me going into the Robinhood app and then actually buying the stock. Like, I don't have my US SIM card with me. I have a Russian SIM card, which means my two-factor authentication is going into my US number and I can't log in to Robinhood, which is the lamest excuse. But once I get into the States, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to buy Altria, and I hope you do the same if you guys agree with me. Again, I have to remind you, I am not a licensed financial professional. Just ignore everything I said. This is for entertainment purposes only. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this week's Money Monday video. Tomorrow, again, I'm going to St. Petersburg, so let's go take a look at some of these crazy Russian magicians. They're amazing.
Show your ring, right? Okay, ready? 3, 2. Gonna take it. Come here, I gotta show. You gotta watch one more time.
Wow.
One more time.